Hello everyone and welcome to, well, another Tuesday, another time for shooty bang bang tank driving with some relaxed talking. Well, as relaxed as it can be considering shit's happening in the world. I don't think we will escape that topic. So, small update today. They added adjusted escalation apparently. So you know what? Let's just look into that mode. Oh yeah, Vector, good gun. Dun, 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 dun. Damn it. I really need to get back in the group again.
We have heavy armor ready to combat.
tank battle down there. Let me join. Whee. Tank essays. Probably IFBs, right? Yeah. Oh. It is a tank battle. Was a tank battle. And that's why you just have some mines always around. Because there are gonna be some spots where, you know, people will drive through. You know, they're not the super high traversed spots, but they are relatively high traversed spots. So people just don't watch out, and then, you know, you place your mines there, boom. Free kill. Okay. Okay. That worked out surprisingly well. Give my water. I'm stupid. We're gonna have a small pause after this round. We'll be right back. So, there is definitely some vehicle up here. It's really not going well this round. Okay, now we have the upper hand again. Okay, Hey, McBoy Max, welcome back. How has it been? Okay, let's get this back under control. Ooh, we could also have gone to E. I really wish they would have changed it so that you can't go up the mountain anymore. Hopefully that will come again. It would be nice. Also, I kinda hate they patch that you can't throw mines directly under vehicles anymore. That was just fun. I get why, but still. It's
Thanks. Thank you. That went not so good. I definitely need to look at that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything really. Yeah, I just say I'm literally back in a second. Now, okay. Sorry, I just forgot my general cola. You know, keeping me a bit awake. Okay, we have a new grip, and it's the 25 one. Nice. Taking that. It's on 26. 18. Why not? Let's take 1.5 and just go roll with that. Okay, now back in, didn't might have been literally a little bit slower in terms of when the tanks, like the big tanks, come out. So supposedly, what they said is that now there's a slower curve in, you know, when main battle tanks, attack helicopters and such roll out over maps. So yeah, a few rounds, check it out. Let's just see what is up with that. How's everyone doing? How was your start in the week? Despite everything that's going on. Been pretty good here. Just yeah, the whole foot situation is still going on, but probably should be solved after this week. It definitely wasn't a light sprain. It was definitely more of the ouch variant. Dun, 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 dun.
targeting objective Delta.
It's interesting that they split this one up into like 3 zones around the main building. Then again, I do think if they want to actually have like quote unquote, oh wow, from back, like I know people are like, oh, we want to have like a big map, etc. But like, it's honestly this part I think about that. If they went and just took, you know, this section here, you know, the suburbs part, and just made one linear map that is just like suburbs, you know, you could have like maybe a small shopping center in the center up top, you know, a bit of variety. Maybe also make it a bit shaped, I don't know, I don't care, but like mainly suburb style buildings, row by row, just like door to door fighting. People would fucking like that, even if it would be a small map. Sorry, smaller to medium map. And you know, you have the assets, so might as well use it. Reuse just like the easiest thing to do in games.
Charlie is under attack. Marked objective under threat. Let's defend the position. Be advised, we've lost control of objective Charlie. The enemy has secured Charlie. Our forces are attacking objective Charlie. We have secured more objectives. Let's hold it. All our objectives are under enemy attack. Objective Charlie neutralized. We've taken objective Charlie. Hostiles attacking objective Delta. We need to rally defense on the marked objective. Be advised, hostile attack launched on Delta. Hostiles now with more objectives.
Maybe I could also reuse that crashed plane. Yeah, they basically have a small quote unquote area from that on the Battle Royale map. They can just make it a bit more flat, or maybe one elevation level. It's like, you know, make it bigger, make it an actual map where, you know, some tanks can roll around. It's a small bit of variety. Like, hey, people want door-to-door fighting. I always say, oh, we like big map. No, you don't. That's the thing. It's I'd say there's something. Oh.
We now control more objectives. Secure our defenses.
There is a saying in sales that, you know, people do not know what they want until they have it. And like, I think that goes doubly for especially multiplayer games, co-op and multiplayer games. Like, people will say simple things because they have, you know, some emotional connection to it, or, you know, they've been primed on some emotional level to it. like, let's just not forget that a big part of people's reaction to stuff nowadays is basically fueled also by people wanting to, you know, get outrage bonuses, so that's a part. But yeah, not disliking this site. Let's try at least one tank this stream, so...
You're a lifesaver!
Enemies are attacking objective Delta. We've neutralized Foxtrot. Be advised, objective Foxtrot is in enemy hands. Ready for combat. We need defensive support on the marked objective.
I need a defensive line on that position!
Alright, we now have 4 objectives. Keep pushing, troops.
Really need a slightly bigger magazine, because, like, even just 2 more bullets could definitely make a difference here. God, this... It's still funny how the Vector had, like, a drop bag in the previous game, and, like, now it doesn't, which is, like, I think it will come, but...
We've lost objective Delta. We've secured Echo. The enemy has secured more objectives. Let's rally and counter.
Hold the objective! Thank you!
We have secured more objectives. Let's hold it.
Hey. Definitely not helping the enemy team that we keep holding the center. And their flags. There we go. It'll be interesting when they add the new model for the new MRAP model for NATO, because this one is like I think a South African model, which is like a bit weird. Yeah, apparently there's gonna be a new one coming, which might be a bit over time.
Our forces are hitting Delta.
Definitely less big vehicles on the map, though. I mean, no, I definitely, I feel like this is a nice change. That was a good change. It's always just incremental. Like, I feel that's probably the biggest problem this game has, because like I think people are like, oh, we need to have like these big changes and all that, and then, you know, they change a few small things that are good, and then it's like, okay, a lot of people don't notice, and then, you know, it's like, oh, did anything change? Yeah, incrementally, as you. There we go.
Hostiles attacking objective Delta.
Now the tanks roll in. Which makes sense, like... Yeah.
Hostiles now hold more objectives. Out.
I owe you one.
Our forces are hitting Delta. Right, we've secured more objectives. Let's hold it. Attack support needed on the marked objective. Hostile attack launched on Delta.
And that's why you still play mines. Oh. 4 kills with 1 mine. Hey. Okay,
Taking control of the AO.
yeah, you know, sometimes I just sit there being like, there's some relaxing, you can just sometimes do relax, and should relax during this combat. And sometimes you just remember stupid things like, so someone on Blue Sky I follow brought up The Sims 3, and like, I really like that game, you know, it was just a really fun one. So, I mean, listen, I know why Sims 4 is the way it is, and for good reason. It was just, you know, something when they were like, you know, look, you can just click outside of your house and you can just walk and all of that and it works. It's like, yeah, damn, that's cool. Then suddenly a very violent memory just kicked in. Because, like, quite literally, the first quote-unquote family I made in The Sims 3 starting up was a 6-person lesbian polycule. And I know people were like, why did you make that? And I was like, I don't know, it just seemed fun. Or, you know, well, it's fun, but also, you know, I need some people to work so others can do the stuff in the house. Like, you know, yeah, those are all great excuses, but also like, oh god, I know why I did it. That was my why are you always playing girls in MMOs moment. Because genuinely, I never had a problem with that. Like, you know, it's actually kind of funny now that I think about it. Because like, I know for other people the whole, why do you only play girls in MMOs thing is like just a part, and like, I just never had that. Simply because, you know, most people I had contact with also just, it's more the number. I could not keep track of 6 people hate you. Honestly, if 4 are working to get in that cash, it's actually rather easy to manage. I will admit to that. It somehow just worked out. Still, yeah, I don't know. That was just my first family in The Sims 3. And back then I was like, well, you know, it's just a logical choice. The more people that work, the more you can actually have a household. I'm like, yeah, but why did you insist on 6 girls that are all in a relationship?
You said that beforehand?
What?
You said that beforehand, or did they just get in a relationship?
No, I
I
definitely wanted them all to be in a relationship. Generally because I just thought, well...
That wasn't my question.
Because I said that beforehand, to whom then?
No. Do you set that up beforehand, or is it like a thing that develops when they talk to each other?
You have to develop it. But you can basically say those are all in one household.
Yeah.
But then you have to still develop the relationships between... That's kind of how it worked. But like, basically I wanted them all to be together. So, yeah, that's how I played Sims 3 in the beginning. And then it's just like, you just, you know, the more people are in a household, the easier it is to manage monetarily. And like, yes, but this is still a very specific choice. Yeah, but you know, the thing about the MMO thing, I always talk about that because like, interestingly, I will say, depending on the MMO, like if I actually played it a long time, I usually had like 1 male character. Yeah, everything else was girls. I know. Just no one bothered because for the same reason when playing, you know, TTRPGs, because like, I think no one just thought about it. Like, yeah, I probably had like 1 or 2 male characters, but everything else was just girls, and other people in the group also just played girls, and no one ever brought that up. I can guarantee you a bunch of these people are not trans, so
Yet.
I don't think I don't know if I should say his name.
No.
Yeah, you know him though, is trans.
Yet.
Oh god, yeah. Ironically, yeah, when it came to characters, everyone was just like, yeah, that's just a character you play, who cares? So yeah, ironically, I never had that moment because, you know, friend group was just very normal about everything. Yeah, the Sims 3, that was my why did you do that moment, because it was just genuinely, yeah, why did you make a 6-person lesbian bully you? That's an oddly specific choice. I don't know, like, also big groups are just fun to manage in my opinion. Oh god, I really liked Sims. Maybe I should reinstall it at some point and look if it even runs still, because I know, like, listen, I totally get why Sims 4 is like it was, because Sims 3 was notoriously weird on the technical level. Like, notoriously weird. And it wouldn't surprise me if it turns out it's one of those games that just isn't working anymore, you know? Like, oh, it's modern hardware, fuck you. It's just, I get you. I mean, for me, this was locomotion, you know? Genuinely, this wasn't like my main series to play. It's just, you know, I played 1 and it was weird and janky and I kind of liked it. Didn't know if I wanted more. Then I played 2. 2 was genuinely really good, in my opinion. Like, it's just like, you know, you play 2 and like, oh yeah, this is everything I wanted from 1. And then 3 just was like, yeah, it's just a life simulator. And I don't know, that just worked out for me. I cannot describe it in a better way. Just 3 just worked in a weird way, you know? It's fun. I just like probably also want to go back in and try it again just to see like, okay, is it still, you know, as enjoyable or not? Because again, yeah, I also played more transport games. That was just a thing. Oh god, why do I keep forgetting that? It's like, oh yeah, I'm only interested in 5 games. I'm interested in 6 games this year. There's Transport Fever 3 coming out. That game looks fantastic.
Hostiles now hold more objectives.
Like, hey, you can now detach trams from roads and make light rail systems and put them underground and have underground stations and underground building and like, yes, hooray. And then you have like also cargo trams. Hello, it's for the transportation sickos.
Be advised, hostiles now hold more objectives. Attention, we're targeting objective Foxtrot.
Someone needs to be knifed.
Defensive position is needed on the marked objective.
Ah, fuck. Ah.
Objectives. Defend all positions.
How escalation on Firestorm is actually fun. I wonder why I barely get it.
Hostiles now hold more objectives.
But yeah, that was one of my one of those moments I just violently remembered today, and I was like, oh god, yeah. I was always like that, wasn't I? Sims 3 is just like kind of a fascinating game. Like, they tried so much with one title and then they kind of just walked it back because like the whole how's it called? The whole direction of the series just completely reversed. Which is interesting. Like, I mean, they were right, frankly. Like, Sims 4 is really popular still, to this day, and they made all the right decisions with it. It's just kind of fascinating to think about, you know, oh, hey, look, we're going into, you know, we're going and we'll make like a game that's sudden, you know, that's bigger than before, you know, you don't have a house anymore, you have like full cities being loaded. You know, better graphics, etc. And then Sims 4 comes around and it's like, actually, complete reversal. You have individual houses again. Graphics are back to, you know, way more stylized, cartoony things. But we're going really, really in depth with the emotional and, you know, sim to sim interaction mechanics. And it's like, okay. I mean, again, right call. One game is still being played actively, the other one isn't. That's not just because, you know, they dropped Sims 3, like, you know, people could keep playing Sims 3. It would have just been fine, but no, people actually switched over. Nice, master 18. Bigger suppressor. Nice. I need to check if I have a bigger magazine unlocked for the Vector. Like, the Vector is fun. It's just this Brit gun. Actually, today, you know, I found out about another gun, like another weapon that actually exists. Also an SMG. Honestly, why is it that always the most fun, some of the most fun and interesting designs are in the MP/SMG category? It's just always there. Like, assault rifles, they all become AR-15 styles, which is, you know, understandable. And they're like, there's still good designs there, but like, we're out of the age of, you know, like, remember, France had their own gun, the FAMAS, and it was like, you know, they had like multiple, like 2 lines of it, and all of that. And then they were like, you know, getting parts for the FAMAS is not that easy anymore because we're basically the only people doing it. Hey, Seraph, going good. Talked about violent memories from The Sims 3 right now, and now I'm talking about guns I hope get added to the game because they would cause some people aneurysms. And you know that most of the fun stuff currently being developed is SMGs. Like, you know, because ARs is like, yeah, you know, France, they had the FAMAS, it's a bullpup and cool design, everything, and, you know, should be in the game. And then, you know, they just went like, or, but how about we just adapt the HK416? And it's like, okay, so who else is adapting the HK4? Norway! Germany! Okay, so who else in NATO? Is this gonna be the NATO gun now? Is the HK416 gonna be like the new FNFAL? Is this gonna be like the new right arm of democracy or what? Because it sure feels like that. like the only ones not adapting it are the Brits, and even now I see talk that people say they should, you know, maybe switch away from the American design, which is also an AR-15 derivative, but they're also like, hey, if you buy into the weapons platform that everyone in Europe is using, you know, you would have like one hell of a reliable market for a gun that would just keep on being used forever, basically. Anyway. We're doing pretty well. Like, I'm trying out escalation. They apparently tuned how vehicles roll in. And it's pretty good in my opinion. But yeah, just so you know, Seraph, the thing about The Sims 3 is that I basically remembered that the first family I made in The Sims 3 was a 6-person lesbian polycule, and people were just like, "Why did you make that?" And I just like, it just sounded like a fun thing, and you know, more people are easier to keep the money afloat in the household. And like, yeah, it's all good arguments, but also I know why I did that. I know why I went for the 6-person lesbian polycule in The Sims 3. I know. It's just, as I said, I never had the whole, why are you only playing female characters in MMOs? Because I usually had like one male, but like, you know, I mainly played girls, yeah. But you know, my friend group is just, you know, role players. They do not give a fuck about that. It's just, that was never a thing. So, yes, see, I had my reasons to have 6 people in one household. It was just the right choice in that economy. For why they're all girls, you know, it's just interesting, you know? You could have also made this with all guys. Don't question it, okay? Sometimes you just have to take wild choices to make interesting gameplay decisions. No, do not ask me why my next household was 4 lesbians. Because it was. I made an astounding amount of lesbian polycules in The Sims 3. Yeah. Now that I think about it, was a sign. Yeah, then again, as I said, like, it's kind of interesting when you look at modern gun development, that you have, you know, all the interesting stuff is in the MP section. Then again, I will also say, most of that is is also just Keltec and cocaine. Not all of them. There is a lot of Keltec and cocaine in the fun gun development scene. Hey, penetration. Pineapple pizza, yes, no. If you have a tomato sauce on your pizza, do not use pineapple on it. It is way too much of a sour bite in the flavor contrast. If you make a full cheese pizza dough and make the whole base hearty, you can actually use pineapple because that actually makes it, because there the sourness actually cuts through the extreme richness of, if you put like 4 cheeses on it, like, a pizza bianco with like 4 cheeses, suddenly that makes much more sense. If you then pair it with like something also like maybe a good amount of pepper on there, that actually works. But, normal pizza, is very strong clash with the tomato sauce. That is the main problem. I can see why people like it though. It's just, if you really like this acidic clash, I guess. But American Smarties on okay, what are American what is the difference between American Smarties and international Smarties? Also, why would you put okay, no. Why would you put chocolate on pizza? No. Who puts chocolate on pizza? Fruit, I can understand. People have varying flavor profile. I know how to make that work, but why? If you're not making like a dessert pizza, no. What? Why? American sweet. What are why? Why would you eat sweet chalk discs? What is going on in America? That's like, oh yeah, they hold forever because they're chalk mixed with aspartame.
An education crisis, a fascist regime.
Okay, yes, I know. There's a lot going wrong in America, but why? I don't know if they're great. I have never had them. We just have the chocolate ones, and they're just inferior M&Ms. God, is this gonna be a thing like with is this like a thing with European and Japanese mayonnaise where people are like, oh, it's just made. No, Japanese mayonnaise is different in taste and texture and structure. Also, hi Rogers, how are you doing? Talking about a lot of things right now. I actually wanted to talk about guns I would like to see in Battlefield, but we get to that. Anyway, like, is there... Mostly ate them together, but how are you doing? How's everything from recovery going? But yeah, as I said, like most interesting gun development nowadays are MPs and mostly just, Keltec and cocaine. Good. Being alive is like super important because if you're not alive, you can actually not enjoy good stuff. I mean, you can also experience very bad stuff, but the good stuff should make it worthwhile still, in my opinion. Okay, yeah. I'm just like, saw something today. I'm just like, God damn it, I hope this lands in the game because it would give certain people such an aneurysm and I would fucking love it. Okay. Wanna see some truly bonkers shit and like, disclaimer. Yes, I know those are multiple variants of the same gun. You can still make this just like individual attachments because fuck it, why not? Who cares? Okay, so, Ah. Okay, we definitely need some more guns. Also weird ones, I'd say. Like, we just don't have enough weird ones. You know, it's just like that's why I'm like proposing this one. So, may I present to you the KH9. So this gun is wild. First of all, this is actually a reproduction of the basically the Italian Spectre M4. This thing here, okay? Probably wouldn't think about it, but basically how this gun happened is, so this one was developed in Italy, you know, for police forces, etc. What's the gumball dispenser? That's a magazine. We get to that. So, and basically, Swiss CEO of the CEO of a Swiss arms manufacturer was like, I like this gun. How about we? It's out of you know, it's not being produced anymore. How about we produce it? And so his company was like, what? Anyway, so he wanted to buy the tools for it, but turns out they all were scrapped. So they rebuilt the thing from scratch. Now, let's get into some of the weird shit about the KH9. They basically made a few variants of this, and this is kind of like the most recent one. They made a mag catch, as you can see here, so it can just have like standard 9mm magazines in there, pistol magazines, period. That just works. Bit longer barrel, you know the stuff. You know, it still has like the whole bolt on top. It's like, functionally, this is still very much the same mechanisms. It even has like a decock mechanism here. Because, okay, so, but here's the thing. This magazine catch was not there in the beginning. Okay? Because the original version actually wanted to have like quad stack mags like the Spectre had. Problem is, none of these magazines were on the market anymore. So you're probably like, oh, well, that's a shame. And then he was like, oh, but there's more than one quad stack magazine on the market, so they got old Suomi mags. Okay, just so you know what we're talking about here, the Suomi is this thing. Yes, if you're wondering, that's a World War II gun. So, this is a modern. Okay, let me just be clear here. This can take normal pistol mags like the Vector, etc., and the AP. By the way, the APC9, it's from them. That's the same company. So this is basically a functional rebuild, redesign of an Italian MP from the Cold War that can, with a mag feed, use modern pistol stuff, but also uses the quad. They also models with the quad stacks from old Suomi MPs. And if you're wondering, wait, that Suomi had a drum mag. So anyway, they also have a version of the KH9 that uses the Suomi drum mags. if you if you're wondering, okay, yeah, that's fascinating. That's a weird ass gun that looks interesting, has a wild history, and already has an interesting range of magazines to choose from. So they have a version with an integrated suppressor in the barrel. Again, just if you want to have, like, again, there are short barrel versions, long barrel versions, integrated suppressor barrel versions. Just if you want to do again, different versions, but you could all make them attachments and it would be very, very, very interesting. Oh, Rogers, I am not even done. I am not done. So they also, if you want to, they then were like, hey, how would we make this gun a little bit more interesting? So if you want to have other barrel options that are maybe suppressed, or even grip options, I don't know what they would do, but like they made a folding version. Hey, I don't even know what to say about that anymore. It's like, yeah, sure, good, do it. Here's the thing, though. If you ever wondered, okay, will these people be ever stopped in their insanity? I will say no. Because may I present to you, if you want to have even more variants, the KH-9S. Yes, that is a modern MP. That is basically a rebuild of an Italian Cold War gun, feeding from the side like a Sten. I don't know, you could be like, if you use that magazine configuration, that there's like better hip fire spread. I don't know, but again, you know what I mean with it will give certain people an aneurysm? You see what I mean with it will give people an aneurysm, even if it's a real gun that exists and you can buy? Yep. Anyway, you know what? This is not the only variant they have. If you were like, okay, so we have normal mags, semi-quad stacks, semi-drum mags, side loading. What kind of magazine could still be there in the on the table? So how about Bison-style drum mags? Do you see what I mean with this gun is fucking bonkers and I love it? Oh yeah, integrated suppressors. Again. Because obviously... oh my god. I want to hear those veins pop. I want to see... This is... It is ridiculous, but this... You know what I love about this the most, Rogers? It's just this attitude. Like, they generally just were like, hey, we want to rebuild this gun. Oh, nothing is left of that. Maybe we just reverse engineer everything. Oh, we can't have, we don't have quad mags anymore. Let's just use the quad mags from Finnish. CO B&K. Those things are really popular. They're like they always made limited quantities, but they're like sold out. Yeah, they just made Sumi quad stack. And then wait, Sumi drum mag. Let's just make an attachment for pistol mags. Make it fold. Make it Sten. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering, yes, the Sten can also be folded. Because obviously it can be folded. Isn't drum mags, because there are not enough drum mags in the world. I rest my case for a great gun to be added to this game. Trust me, people would be like, what is going on? This can't be real. I'm like, it is. It is real. And it can hurt you. Should we just stay with breakthrough? I can just leave things in World War II. Honestly, because we don't have enough side-loading mags anymore. And helical magazines. And drum magazines. Again, modern guns have become kind of boring aside from Keltec, and I guess KH now, so might as well. Like we have enough, there's enough time now that we have to spend waiting. It's sort of interesting what they add next season. It's, oh yeah, I heard that. I don't know what they did. I just saw they did. So. Oh, new handguard. Neat. That's not bad, I would say. Okay, move on. Come on. Come on, little teammate. Don't be shy. Arm the MCOM. Big tank is protecting you. Yes, good little... No, bad teammate. Arm the MCOM. M7, didn't you just scrap the Booker for no reason? Is it an MDT actually? Just wondering. I really didn't hear about what's the M7 again? Am I stupid now? Is there a mine? Yep, there was a mine. Dying by my own tactics. Honestly, that was fun. Yeah, that was a good one. The M1 E3. Let me just look that one up. It's a variant of the Abrams. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I was surprised there wasn't really a lot announced, considering, you know, Europe is now basically switching to, you know, Leopard 2A8 because kind of obvious after the Ukraine war.
Explosives on Alpha have been disarmed.
You know, in hindsight, it's kind of funny how I mean, I'm more interested in how that performance actually is, because, like, the thing is, we basically know that the A8 is gonna be, like, probably the main monster for a long time. You know, the bodies are upgraded, the turrets are upgraded, and they're giving, like, everything just, they're also just building new ones. That's pretty big, you know. For everyone who doesn't know, Leopard 2s have basically not really been built since the 90s. They've been upgraded, so, like, you know, all the Leopards you see nowadays are basically upgrades of the original versions. This is like the first time they actually started building new ones, and the main reason is, well, the Ukraine war, because so here's something stupid that happened, and I talked this about before. Basically, when the war happened, you know, there was a bit of hesitancy to actually send, you know, Western vehicles. Probably also due to the whole thing of, ooh, what if they perform badly, etc. And then it turned out, you know, it was actually very smart because, well, you can actually field test your vehicles against, like, an actual quote-unquote actual military. You know, where it turns out Western tanks were just, like, light years superior than Russian tanks. Who would have guessed? But also crucially, we found out that most of the newer variants are yeah, I know, but, like, that was actually kind of important, because turns out, as we, you know, learned, yeah, drone warfare was a problem. And also, you know, again, for Western tanks, less than Russian ones. But also, as I talked on this channel before, on different scales per, you know, Western tank. Like, for example, the Abrams and the Leopard 2A4 actually performed pretty similar, pretty okay. But there were some weak points, as they found out. A good thing they found out there were weak points in the tanks, right? However, hey, this one is for you Brits. The Challenger Mark II actually performed pretty well because of its higher armor. But, like, the best Western tank? Swedish Stridswagen, which is a derivative licensed Leopard. So if you're now wondering, why is there Leopard A8? And why is even Sweden buying it? Because basically they looked at the results of the Leopard A4, A5, A6, the Stritzwagen, and they're just combining all of that into one tank. And basically all of Europe is now, let's upgrade. Which is, I don't know how to put this into the best words, but like, you know what? It's in the right way unfair, because like, yeah, Russia now has the problem of, hey, they know their weaknesses, and they're just freshly building tanks on mass scale to replace all their weak tanks, you know, to have like the frontline ones. And just remember, the first batch of Leopards A8, which are gonna roll out soon, are going straight to Lithuania with the newest formed German tank battalion that is literally just there to, you know, if Russia does the wrong move, basically roll over Kaliningrad and, you know, make sure that they cannot link up. That's gonna be fun. Not fully, but it's the same design. But yeah, for everyone who doesn't know, also it's not just the Tiger tank engine. It's actually the Porsche Tiger, which was a hybrid diesel-electric engine. Was it even diesel? I don't know. And the thing is, that thing was so ass. Like, by the way, we're talking about Nazi Germany right now. Like, the Porsche Tiger was so ass it caught fire. And the Russians are not using the same engine, but basically they were like, we don't want to keep using our old, you know, Soviet-era diesel engines because they're kind of outdated. We need to build a new one. So they quite literally just were like, oh, we still have the plans for the Porsche Tiger motor. Let's just build a new version of that. And it's also fucking bad. Anyway, funny tank shit, everyone. And it'll be interesting how the new how's it called, the new Abrams performs actually. Dun, 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 dun. Honestly, Siege of Cairo Rush is like, it's really fun. There we go. Interesting. Let me guess, autoloader. Oh boy. I mean, as long as it's a smart one, I guess, but that's the did we learn nothing from Ukraine? Or did you learn nothing from Ukraine? Is more like the question, because, you know, again, everyone in Europe, hey, what about we just upgrade? How about we upgrade, you know, the Leopard, because it's working so well, and then, well, how about we also? Oh god. Let me guess. It probably will be like Trump was like, oh, we need autoloaders because that's the future. That's what the Russians have. My friend Putin told me that's one of the most cutting edge technologies. And like, yes, that's why their tanks blow up so nicely. I digress. It could be fine. It's just, I don't know. It's just hilarious. I know! It's... You know, projects that will probably be reworked or scrapped the moment the guy is dead. But then again, we have to deal with the whole... Well, you didn't give me the Nobel Peace Prize, so now I don't think I should just even honor peace. And like... Why do we even try to do diplomacy still? Remind me of that. But yeah, battleships. We definitely need battleships. It's not that battleships have become basically obsolete. God.
All squads, attack next sector and secure the enemy positions.
Yeah, there's a reason you use rocket. I mean, okay, listen. It's not... I need to point out, by the way. Yes, battleships have been used in later years. But that's the thing. As you point out, carriers. Nowadays, cruisers and carriers are just stronger. The reason why the Iowa was used for so long is simply... It was the Reagan was like, we need more ships. And then the Navy was like, well, the Iowa class is still big. We still have the Iowa class lying around, and it's big enough to host Tomahawk missiles. So I guess if we upgrade the Iowa class, it works. And yeah, which just kind of ended in the it just kind of ended up in this very fun thing that you suddenly had, like, you know, old battleships that, you know, didn't do the battleship stuff until they were unimpeded, and then they just used their cannons again, which is very funny because, like, in that regard, you could even say, well, it is smart because, you know, for everything else, it would just be, you know, who fires the missiles first. But if any of the boats for some reason got into shooting range of the Iowa, well, they would be toast. Which is an upside. Oh, fun fact, by the way. We actually saw how effective battleships could be with the Iowa. Because, if you remember, they were actually using that during the first Gulf War. Basically what happened is... So, basically, Iowa had some very good upgrades. Okay, and one of them was actually a UAV drone system. And what basically happened is Iraq forces were occupying an island off the coast of Kuwait. And basically Iowa was like, hey, can you just maybe occupy them a little bit? So what basically happened was they've sent out their UAV, got like absolutely clear positions of everyone on the island, and then started shelling the island. And it got so bad that the Iraq forces were just like, fuck it, white flag, we just don't want anymore. Which, you know, I'm not blaming them. Yeah, it actually happened. Again, I'm not blaming them. This is like, I mean, again, you were shelled by the winner of the battleship race of World War II. Let's just be real here. Those ships, like, also destroyed the Japanese back in the day. Like, this is so funny when, you know, keep in mind when, you know, video games are like, oh, you need to destroy the anti-air craft positions. And, like, especially when it's World War II and you're playing the Americans, like, oh, you play the Americans, in the Western Front, you have artillery support. Oh, you played Americans in the Pacific? Again, you have ship cannons. You're gonna obliterate any fucking anti-air position the moment you know where it is. This is just like one radio call. Yep, we have artillery position. We have some positions here, and then the Iowa class and co were just like, no, there are none anymore. Let's just fucking end them. And that is basically America during World War II summed up. I mean, fair enough, I would say. Yep. I mean, rockets also just kind of made the whole battleship thing unsustainable. Wow. And now we've still hit. You know what? Considering how some people talk about like, oh, we need naval combat in Battlefield. We need naval combat in Battlefield. I'm like, what naval combat? Quite literally the best the modern setting can do, and we had that. Is fucking coastal boats. And then people are like, you know, you could have like cruisers and stuff. No! Any type of cruiser will have fucking missiles. It's just gonna be boring. Because like it's either I'm sorry, ship combat, that was World War II. Not now. Hey, Anna on stream? How are you doing? Yeah. It's just kind of dumb. But hey, it's not like, you know, recently you have to explain people that the logistics of invading Greenland are just stupid. Oh no, not the tummy ache gang. I joined the my foot hurts again gang. Had to start, you know, I had to walk around and do some shit, and there was some annoying stuff going on. So foot is hurting a little bit more today. Just because I got strained a bit. Oh, well, not strained. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Oh, it's very stupid. Like, and then people are like, oh, but you know, you USA can just take Greenland. And then just living like, no, they can't. They like, okay, quite literally, no. But yeah, I'm taking care. That's why I'm sitting here, you know, just chatting, having a fun time, leveling the Brit gun. Yes, I know. Oh. And then it's like, oh, we can just take it because we have big military. And then you just realize, we're talking Greenland. The military size is worth jack shit in Greenland. Absolutely worthless, actually. Not Mr. Ligma. No. But yeah, fuck. Ow. But yeah, I'm basically gonna put some, you know, pain med cream on my foot again and just let it, relax. For anyone who doesn't know, not last Friday, but Friday before last Friday, sprained my foot. Very painful. Can't recommend. So still in the healing process.
Hostile target defused on objective Bravo.
Trust me, it's already better. Like, in the first days, I wasn't even, like, able to walk. It was just, like, very, very painful limping.
Enemy charges armed on objective Alpha. Our attack's working. Enemy numbers are down.
But yeah, but also, and I hope your tummy ache is going away, because they're just not nice.
Hostiles have taken out objective Alpha.
Take what you can carry!
Enemy charges on Bravo.
Contact enemy tank!
Oh, a warm water bottle. I actually looked that up a while ago. I was interested if there's like any, you know, good tutorials about how to use them, and I know apparently it's not used that much outside of Japan. Like, then I found an instruction video by an Indian doctor, and it was a bit eye-opening actually on how you were actually supposed to use it. Like, okay, I did not know that. Oh, an inhaler. Hope it works. You have some lung problem, Rogers? Or just like, is it that bad right now? There we go.
Hostile explosive set on Bravo. Major enemy casualties confirmed.
Okay, basically, so the way you're actually supposed to use a warm water bottle is, okay, usually, you shouldn't actually, you know, fill completely hot water in. In my opinion, it's fine. You can still wrap it in something, so, you know, just hot water, not boiling water, you know, recently boiling water. And then, actually, most interesting thing, and I think it actually helps a lot, you only fill it like roughly halfway, and then you press out the air and then close it up. That's actually how you're supposed to use it, because then it's basically full of water, you know, but it doesn't have any, you know, air bubbles that make it, you know, bouncy a bit. So you can actually wrap it around things. It like actually lays better on things and has a better heat distribution. I hope the inhaler does work then. It sucks when you have some breathing problems like that. yeah, I just never learned that, apparently, and, interesting. Okay. Oh, good. Interestingly, my grandma and my grandfather are nurses. Okay, my grandfather was like, they were nurses, and never told me how to do that. I had to find an Indian guy on YouTube. Absolute failure of the absolute failure of the parental, familiar education system. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't know. So, Siege of Cairo again. Damn. But yeah. It's so funny to me when they're like when there's to talk about when Trump says like, oh, Denmark can't defend Greenland or something. Like, you know what the funniest bit is? The US is actually equipped worse to defend Greenland than Europe. Like, factually. The amount of shit you need to do to be actually able to do that is stupid. Okay, here's the thing, for everyone who doesn't know what I mean. Greenland isn't that big. It's big, but it's not that big. But the big problem of Greenland is simply, it is the harshest. Not only that, look, the majority of your army is not trained for Arctic combat. And everyone who doesn't know, Greenland is so harsh, so cold. You need special trained troops and special equipment and vehicles to even operate in it. And even then, by the way, overland attacks, idiotic. Doable, but idiotic. But even then, you need the right kind of vehicles. The thing is, you cannot just send, yeah, you have. But here's the thing, okay? You have roughly 10,000 troops in Alaska. I think the 11th Airborne Mechanized Division in Alaska. That's basically your cold weather group, which makes sense. You want that in Alaska because, you need something in case someone goes to Alaska. But that's it. That's roughly 10,000 troops. And again, you need Arctic trained troops. Yeah, but like they roughly together sum up to like 10,000, 11,000 troops. That's not a lot. So the thing is with Europe, Sweden, Norway, and Finland exist. Minimum, we can field over 80,000 Arctic trained troops, and that's like full Arctic warfare with box sled, guerrilla tactics, and all of that. Hey Ryan, talking about geopolitical stuff. Clowns are here. Honk. There we go. How are you all doing? Yeah. And like, the thing is, crucially, okay, so you want to get into Greenland now. Okay, you have troops. You need to have vehicles now. The problem is, if you look at just the land stuff from the US Army or Marines, like Bradleys, etc., and Abrams, they're not made for cold climate, but you can upgrade them. And like, if we're like really optimistic, maybe up to 100. Maybe. So anyway, Europe just, again, we have Sweden, Norway and Finland. We have just combat-ready MBTs for Arctic climate. And, you know, over 1,000 IFVs that can work in that climate, like the CV90 or the Patriot. So, once more, one side has Arctic-ready stuff, and the other doesn't. Playing a Swiss horror game. Ooh. Yeah, I get that. If you're tired, hope you can get some good rest. God damn it.
You're gonna make it. Hold on.
And, you know, just to get the nail, put the nail in the coffin here. If you actually want to get into the Arctic during a lot of times of year, you can't do it by air. You have to do it by boat. And if you want to do it by boat, you need icebreakers. We're not counting Canada here, by the way. Without Canada, Europe has 20. The USA has 2. You want to build more, but fun fact, they are ordered in Finland. So good luck. Just, yeah, Greenland is incredibly stupid.
We destroyed objective Bravo. Keep going, squads.
But yeah, what horror game did you play, by the way, Ryan? How was it?
Enemies still present. Hunt them down.
I'm over here. Take it.
Be advised, your exiting the combat zone.
Got him over here.
Next sector is cleared for attack. Target the objectives.
God damn it. Mundown. Oh, I think I heard about that. I haven't really played that yet. Yeah, I think I heard about that. I saw that also. That's kind of expected. Usually the indie stuff is a bit weird, and that's the charm, you know? Suppress all the guns. Oh god, we're rolling over them. Obviously, here is one. Well.
Sharp explosives on Alpha.
I knew you had my back.
Ooh, yeah, have some good rest. That's definitely a long time awake. Hope we see you around. That's probably gonna be fun.
Frag out!
Ah, well.
I'm here! I knew you had my back!
So, God damn it. Obviously behind me. But yeah, do hope I don't need to need to get outside that much again the next it just had like at least very stupid moments today, like for example, so basically I was supposed to get a package like over a week ago, but you know, put gun, couldn't even do that. So I'm not, oh hey, you have a package there. Okay, we left it at this and this station. Okay, yeah, you can pick it up. Today I go there and they say, well, we didn't even get it, which is like, oh, oh, okay. So then I call the customer service and can I just point out, left to AI, period. Like, this shit is so... Oh. Here's the thing. AIs are bad. They're just incredibly fucking bad at their whole goddamn job. And you know what the worst part is? They seem to actually be programmed to not help you. Because, listen, if you could actually replace customer service with an AI, okay, but you can't. Because I think the dumb thing is that all those bots are apparently just made in a way that they do not want you to get to the customer service. And like, let's just not kid ourselves. Like, customer service is already underpaid and underpaid, overworked, everything. Because I have a shit job. And also maybe not even, you know... But you know, they do their job. They do their job as well as they can. Because, basically, I instantly told, this goddamn fucking phone AI, they were like, no, I want to talk to a human person. And they're like, okay, sure. Do you have, you know, do you have, like... the number of your package? I was like, sure, you know, that's actually a normal thing. Usually. This is a thing, you know, that you just set in, you know, before the advent of dumb shit. Before the advent of enshittification. You just said that, so the person who, you know, was working on it already had just some data that you could just collect easier beforehand, and it just was less work. That's fine. So I tell this shitty piece of software, oh yeah, that's the number. Not, you know, expecting a single thing. And you know what it does? You know what it does? It just goes, yep, your package seems to be stuck somewhere. I can't do anything. Bye. Hangs up. Like, quite literally. I told them I want to talk to a human. They were like, do you have a packet number? I give him the packet number, and that god-awful piece of software was like, I can't do anything, bye. What the shit? Like, what in the actual shit? I was just baffled by that. Because how do you program something like that? It's a blight. Again, the whole just, you know, say or type in your number beforehand. I get that. That's fine. That's just normal behavior shit, okay? But the whole whoops, I'm just hanging up now. Fuck you. Yeah, no, that was that was annoying. And then, second time, I just didn't do that. I just kept saying human, 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 human. And then I talked to human. And like... You know what? It's kind of amazing how, again, underpaid. Because, like, for all, again, underpaid person with, definitely, still in the process of learning German, still did a way better job than the machine could ever do. Because the guy instantly realized, oh yeah, that happened. No problem. I can just get this package to another station, which is, again, kind of insane to me because, like, just let that sink in for a bit. The packet service can not redeliver something to my home. They stopped ringing the doorbell anyway, so different topic actually. They can't do that, but they can actually transfer to a new packet station that isn't in buttfuck nowhere. Why? Okay, how does this logistically work that you can transfer it from one station to the other, but not send it back to me? What? What is, like, the exact logic here? Because I do not know. I tried to grasp that, but no. So yeah, experiences today with customer service. Fucking abolish AI. Piece of shit software. Oh yeah, you know what? The most ironic thing is that just a few hours earlier, there was the whole MIT study, how this shit just doesn't work and has no efficiency increases, and a few hours later, I'm on the phone and I'm just annoyed to hell and back because this piece of fucking software, that piece of shit software doesn't work. I got fucking angry and just shouted at that thing. Yeah, like, okay, here's the thing, okay? So, there are some stations, like, that are actually relatively close. Like, for example, one where I usually also just go, and buy stuff, it's actually at a pretty big, place. I usually go there. But no, doesn't, never delivers there. So like the whole 10-minute walk away, no, I never can pick up my stuff there. And it's not the only one there. I know they can deliver to one in the close area because they did it at least once, but then they stopped. So most of my packages are like a few kilometers away. Now, this isn't the biggest problem because quite literally, I'm living near a bus station, you know, a kind of a major bus station interjection, and they are actually going to build like an S-Bahn here. You know, I'm not badly connected, and like it's literally just like multiple lines, like 4 stations down, bam, I'm there. It's annoying, but it's not bad. But the current one that it was at, that was just in bumfuck nowhere where I needed to have, like switch lines and all that. I'm like, no, fuck this shit. And you know, they're actually, you know, they say put it into a better shop now, so I hope I'll see something and I can just do that the next days because I don't know, you know, if you want to get your girlfriend a late Christmas present and then, you know, the fucking people that, you know, whose only job is to deliver packages are like, oh, we just don't deliver packages. Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
Charge that! Stand by!
Get repaired. What the fuck? Voice chat on again. Okay, that's another weird thing this game keeps having. It just turns on the voice chat randomly. Updates. Like, what? Honestly, I'm really, it's really gonna be interesting how much the 1 month delay is going to impact season 2. I hope positively. Because I do want, because I do think there will be like a free week again, and I kind of hope I can tell people, no, it's still doing free week. Play. We can, you know, fill up squads and have fun and all that good shit. No, I mean, I keep streaming no matter what. It's just get people into the game again. I got so many. Okay, you know what? I know this is probably gonna be like, why this one? Oh yeah, that's what I also hate. It's just like, listen, I get you're overworked, but it is ridiculous. It was like, you know, if you don't, sometimes you're like, this is too much to right now. I can't do it. But quite literally, the people who deliver here just do not stop anymore. They are just, you know, already print out, we're delivering your stuff to this other station and just throw them into there so they don't need to ring a bell or anything. To the point that the packet station they all deliver to is so pissed with them because they're overloaded and full, which is like... Okay. Nice. Sorry. Sometimes you just need to kill a helicopter with an RPG. You know, yeah. It's just getting ridiculous. And like that's why my packet was in a different place, because they were literally telling them it's too much. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, I do hope season 2 free week is gonna be good, and I can actually tell people, oh, no, yo, download it, play it. We can, you know, squad up, do you know, all of that fun stuff. Oh, more game news is even out. You know what? It's so funny when you're like on the official Battlefield server and it's like, hey, today like 4 times game news, you know, with this one. And it's like, oh, the patch is out. Oh yeah, here are just a few things we fixed. Like, okay, then the news one's like, ooh, that's a late one. Is it anything they maybe accidentally pushed? Is it interesting? It's just, nope, that one mode isn't working, so we disabled it. And it's like, I know, you know what, I've experienced worse. Like, just so you know, I've been there for Battlefield 5. And I got a lot of people to play Battlefield 5. Let me tell you, Battlefield 5 was a bit of a shit show at launch. Okay, even Battlefield 1 was kind of a shit show at launch. Ugh. Yeah. God. I really played a lot of Battlefield back in the day. It's still funny to think back at some you know, some things and just be like, you know, like the Sims 3 story. Oh. You know, sometimes you just remember things from your past and you're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, for everyone who wasn't there, today I kind of violently remembered how like my like the first family I made after I bought like The Sims 3 on launch was a 6-person lesbian polycule, and how people were just like, why did you make that? I'm like, well, more people are just better in the economic balance of the game, so more people can work and have more income, so you can do more stuff in the home. And I'm like, the rest, it just looked fun. Like, yeah, girl. Yeah. Looked fun having 5 girlfriends. Yeah. I know now why I did it, but it's still very funny in hindsight, you know? It's just like, the signs were there, always. Just need to basically work on the other 4 girlfriends now, I guess. What? Fuck it. Goal for 2026. Find 4 more girlfriends. I have, you know... Oh shit, I'm only having like almost 11 months left. Started late, but I guess... Time to Google how do I gain four more girlfriends in 1 year. Help.
The enemy is taking objective Foxtrot.
Almost 3 months. You know what? That's actually perfectly fine. You know, you have like 3 months to build a connection. Yeah, 3 months to build a connection and commit, and then you know you can still do the other ones and keep up. Lesbian pace easily doable. Okay, lesbian pace is even faster than that. Let's just not be like that. Would be 3 months for all. 3 months for each is almost like normal, reasonable, sensible, you could even say.
Defend that point! Explosive ready!
Huh. Hey, we're winning by full capture. Nice. What even? But yeah, this is how to start with that. Interesting thing I learned though is that you know the whole you know lesbian thing of oh shit she was flirting with me is actually kind of like there's actually kind of there's like a statistical bias observed in science. Like I can tell you you know how much that is actually the case. Basically the thing is that if you're flirting with someone, okay, you kind of want to basically assess if someone is, you know, well, into you, and, you know, if you're also into them. And basically, you can fuck up by either, you know, overestimating or underestimating. And this is kind of like a personal projection thing. So apparently, guys are generally more, you know, because they are generally very interested in, you know, relationships, sex, etc. They're usually overestimating in partners, so they, you know, usually get pushy when, you know, it's like, because they're like, well, they clearly did send signs, and like, no, you just projected your signs. However, women are on the general scale way more those that underestimate. So like basically they're more like, you know, well, there probably isn't anything here, so they also project onto the other person that there probably isn't anything there. So I did not know there is like an actual scientific statistic about the fact that lesbians just keep not getting it. We have a scientific basis for, oh, she's probably just being nice. So, yeah. Kind of funny. Just wanted to throw that out. Oh, probably. But, I can't really tell there again. I just have one relationship and, I probably am as lucky that Agonia was as direct as she was. I have no clue how I should approach anyone else. It's generally like, oh god. Like, you know, I joke about it and like, oh yeah, hey, that would be funny to try, and like then, but then it's also like, oh god, how, what, no, help. Hello. I'm talking about you and that you made the right moves. Congratulations. I have no clue what to do. Like, you know what? I think I have an even worse problem. Like, you know, okay, listen, but that's the thing of like, okay, do I even like a person? Usually, yeah. But also it's like, will I even be too overbearing if I just be like, you know, maybe I do want to, you know, start to know you better, and like, I mean, I have to do that step at some point if I, you know, if I ever want to try anything, but... Help. It just needs to be so cute that everyone approaches you. I got bullied into being, into accepting that I'm cute. And orange. But apparently that didn't help. They're still not approaching me. Lesbians are useless. Listen, wouldn't even hurt if like a guy tried. There would be something at least. But like, damn.
But if you know that it's working.
What?
But if you know that it's
yes. Also, I don't know. I can, you know, I can wrap my head around the idea when they're 2D. So like, I don't know. Maybe trying it with 3D could also be an experience. Who knows? I don't know. What? Was I too cringe now, or did you just not comprehend? What? Cringe or comprehend?
comprehend.
Oh, and was more like, you know, there are a few 2D / anime guys I could get behind with, you know, in terms of relationship.
Yeah.
Never tried it with a 3D guy. Get it now?
Yeah, don't. It usually doesn't end well.
I've never tried it. I have one relationship and you're just like, nah, don't even try. Give up, roll over, die.
You had a one-time stalker once.
Oh god, that was creepy, yeah. But hey, not all guys are stalkers, okay?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yet?
Yes.
What the hell are you doing there?
I said yes.
Oh, also, I understood yet. It's just... What do you know about guys that I don't? I don't know. Oh god. Dun 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 dun.
Our attack on Echo is underway.
Where are you?
It's so funny, you know?
What?
If you go into the internet and people are like, oh yeah, every woman has a story where some creepy guy did creepy shit, you know?
Yeah.
And the guys are like, really? It can't be that bad.
It is that bad. Statistically, there are just enough guys to have too much creepy shit happening to people. Ah. God. That was genuinely scary. Thanks for reminding me of that time. Oh.
You woke me up.
Yeah. Okay. I woke you up, and you're like, you know what? I should get some traumatic experience back up. That will teach her to wake me up.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but it was still creepy as fuck. Oh.
They tend to be, yes.
We've neutralized Delta. We have secured more objectives. Let's hold it.
Oh, wait.
Hostile forces are still ahead of the fight. Let's regroup.
I'm thinking that what to talk about now. That was uncomfortable.
Sorry,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
it popped into my head.
Defend the position.
Uh,
We're being attacked across the AO.
God.
We've taken the lead.
Again. My team just captured all flags again.
Yay.
It's just kind of weird.
Hostiles now control Delta. The enemy now controls more objectives.
Oh well, you know what? Fuck it. Different topic. I'm still very much interested in what's coming next season. Because as I said before, apparently they're going to... I mean, they delayed it to adjust stuff based on feedback. I'm like, okay. I do wonder if this also means they're actually adjusting a little bit on, actually getting some more models done. Because apparently in the files, for everyone who doesn't know, so this thing, like, is an MRAP, and both sides have the same model. And apparently in the files, NATO actually has an American-built one, because this is like a South African model. Which would make sense that, they have different ones. So maybe that just wasn't ready yet. Oh god, yeah, that thing is here. And maybe that is coming. Be interesting. Would definitely like to try that out. Yeah. Oh god, no. And maybe they actually have a second helicopter tomorrow. The little bird. That will also be great. Nope. Eh. Oh well. Just wonder if how's it called? The package actually has been redelivered tomorrow. Would be fun because that's ours. Should shoot that one down.
We begin our assault on Echo.
Da, 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 da. Tired. And it was also a long day for you. Oh, it's hard to concentrate when you...
Really? There was sometimes
I didn't say stop! Keep going!
later. I make some water first.
Yay, water.
Sometimes forget that you aren't that resolving.
Head scratches are just good, okay?
Not what I said.
What did you mean then? Oh, 9. Oh, nice. Ooh, weapon cam 1 locked. Actually looks nice. Wait a second. So, first of all, hollow point. Yes. Second, Okay, I have 3 MPs I could get to 20. Which one should I pick? Cat. UMP, the fictional one, or the APC-9? You know what? You know what? Dice roll. 1, 2, SUMP, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we stay with the fictional gun this time. Whee! Somehow my foot stinks again.
It tends to do that.
Yeah.
We need attack support from marked objective.
Enemy still holds more objectives. We need to hit back.
Actually, a nice one.
Our forces are hitting Delta.
So I do find this one kind of interesting because, like, you know, I'm not against fictional guns. It's just kind of interesting when you have, like, a magazine that is, like, slid under the barrel. I'm like, I get it, you know, save space. But, you know, it's a normal magazine and the bullets are, like, normally stacked in it. So, like, what the hell is the mechanism to get them into the firing position? Is this working like a like that caseless, you know, G30? I don't know. I don't think so. It's just like, you know, that's the thing. There are weird guns out there, like the KH9 I showed you before. That's just wild shit combined. But like, I feel like, you know, if you want to make like futuristic guns, you should try actually look at, you know, existing classic guns and be like, okay, what would be a logical thing to upgrade them, and not just like this one looks definitely more futuristic than. It's probably doable, but it's weird. I mean, it's still better than, you know, what a lot of games see as futuristic guns, and it's just like a gigantic block of plastic. Like, honestly, too many games still make their futuristic guns a bit too blocky. It just doesn't make that much sense. Like, even when guns were a bit thicker, you know, back in the day, they still were just like, oh, here's a big block, and like, I don't know, maybe the big gun should have just died with the, I think OSR was it called? Because that was just, it just was a dumb idea. Okay, let me just put it like this. It was not, on paper, a dumb idea. But then, you know, you put it into reality and you just realize, wait, this is a dumb idea. For anyone who doesn't know what you know, I can just show you. We still have a few minutes. I can literally just show you what I mean. It's like, again, the thing about gun design is that it should generally be pretty simple. Oh hey, best squad even. Nice. Like, the more complex you make a gun, the worse it usually is going to be. Again, you can have weird shit like the KH9. That's just wild backstory. Wait, yeah, the OICW. Okay. Yeah, there we go. This fucking monstrosity. Okay, so the thing I want to point out is, like, again, when we talk about guns and gun design, so by the way, everyone, I said this is a gun I should add because it's a wild story. This is actually a pretty sensible one. Like, actually, it's kind of a rebuild of this old Cold War gun, just with adaptation. Anyway, the thing is, the closest we ever got to, you know, that classic sci-fi design. And I know some games put it in, like, with the idea that this is going to be the future, is this monstrosity. This is part of the OICW, which is... I don't know how to put it in the best way. It was... Okay, OICW was a program in the United States Army called the Objective Individual Combat Weapon. And basically, the idea was that they wanted to make something that just, you know, you can give it into, you can put it in the hand of any soldier and it just triples to quadruples their firepower. So if you're wondering what the fuck you're looking at here, is basically this down here is a very simple assault rifle. Heckler & Koch made this thing, by the way. And it's called the XM29, XM28, basically. So the thing is, this right here is an assault rifle. This up here is a grenade launcher. An airburst grenade launcher. So the whole point of this thing is, every soldier has a rifle and then can still, like, aim, you know, oh, the enemy is taking cover. Oh, you can just, you know, aim above the cover and, you know, a small computer in here is basically being like, So this is the distance, and then you can just fire a grenade over the cover and it explodes behind the cover, still taking out the enemy. That is the general idea of this thing. Again, this is the closest we ever got to one of those sci-fi weapons in video games. Take a wild fucking guess why this gun was never ever adopted ever. And yes, the answer is quite simply, this thing is fucking heavy. Like, stupidly heavy, actually. So, I mean, there are a lot of gun designs that later that were a bit more bulky, like, it is ugly as fuck as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, dismiss that, like, it is ugly as fuck, but, like, again, they had a point in that. It's just, again, it's just impractical, because also you need to keep in mind, all of this was never really proven to be, like, a sensible upgrade to anything, considered, you know, how much the ACOG side alone was an upgrade before. And, again, you need to keep in mind, this is, a gun with, like, a computer, 2 barrels, like, there's 2 guns in one. A gigantic sight, a computer, a magazine full of bullets, and a second magazine full with grenades. And then as a soldier, you have to carry this thing and magazines for your for the normal gun and magazines for the grenade launcher. Guess why it was really a bad idea, and they were like, no, this is not gonna work. This is kind of stupid. Interesting though. Then they were like, hey, this is dumb, but that gun part is nice. And this became the XM8. Well, this was almost adopted, by the way, by the US Army. And, you know, but then, you know, people were like, why do you want to adopt a German weapon? You know, even though it's like a really good weapon, like it outperformed nearly all the other guns. And this was probably like the last time they had a chance to change away from their M4, but yeah. Didn't get adopted because basically all the manufacturers like Colt and FN, they all went, you overlooked us, we can make something similar good as those damn Germans. And, you know, then later they scrapped it, made a competition. Turns out, yes, the Scar was pretty good. I think the HK 416 was still better, so... Anyway, which also, by the way, is based on this one. But yeah, this monstrosity existed. And again, this is just how, like, every video game sci-fi gun, up until... honestly, up until Call of Duty... You know, the sci-fi Call of Duties came around. Up until those came around, they all kind of looked like that. And then people were like, oh... You know, maybe we should put some sense into gun design when we're designing fictional weapons. And like, yeah... Like... I just have to point out, like... Again... Look at how massive this thing is to hold even. That's just a clunky-ass gun. Well... Anyway... Still say, if they should add one gun into Battlefield 6, it should be this one. Because, for everyone who wasn't there at the beginning, just a small overview. Swiss arms manufacturer CEO was like, hey, I like this old Italian Cold War police gun. I want to, you know, and they don't produce it anymore. I want to have the license and equipment to reproduce it. And the Italians are like, sorry, we scrapped all of that. So he's like, you know what, fuck it, we're just reverse engineering the whole thing with new features. And then they're like, oh, I want to use your quad stack magazines, but like there are none of them anymore left. So he's like, fuck it. Let's just make our own gun with quad stacks from, and I kid you not, the Finnish World War II Suomi machine pistol. And then make a version, as you can see, the Suomi has a drum mag, with the fucking drum mag. Then say, hey, let's just actually make one with a mag catch to use modern pistol ammunition. And you know, ones with integral stuff, one that folds, you know, integral suppressor, etc. And then they were like, you know what, let's just make one that loads from the side like a Sten. Yeah, that's, by the way, a gun you can buy in the age of 2026 that loads like a Sten from the side. So anyway, here's the variant where it has a helical mag like a Bison. Again, there are good gun designs out there. You just need to go to the insane people. But yeah. If you also want to see our absolutely stupid designs, again, this is like a Swiss manufacturer, and they're like, you know, people say they're like Caltech without the cocaine. And like, the cocaine is the thing that makes Caltech good, because Caltech does shit like this. Yeah, so this is a pistol that can fire full auto, and you're correct to see these are basically P90 style mags. And if you're wondering, okay, how is this goddamn thing being reloaded? So it folds open forward. Like, the whole mechanism is up here. You just fold it upwards, place a P90 style magazine in, and slam it back shut. Caltech. Because would it surprise you if I tell you that Caltech is from Florida? Again, there's the thing with the cocaine. They kind of definitely are on cocaine. Just a lot of it. Yeah, also they came up with this thing because they were like, hey, pump action shotguns are fun. How about we make one? Okay, just so you know, okay, this is basically, it's still a pretty quote-unquote normal pump action shotgun. They just thought, hey, what if, you know, so the thing about the pump action, they have a barrel up here and a tube down here where you put all your ammunition in. So usually this means the barrel, you know, between... This is a bullpup pump action shotgun. Do you know what I mean with they are definitely taking cocaine? Just like, just as a normal comparison, so you understand what I mean. The pump actions are simple. This right here is where your magazine is. Like, this is the magazine tube, the firing tube. So you load shells in individually from the bottom into here. By the way, if you ever wondered if Halo was doable, yeah, people actually used this gun and turned it upside down and basically made a top-loading shotgun. It works. That's genuinely not hard. It's just has other problems. Anyway, then you load it up, and then when you pump, basically similar to a lever action, shell goes back and up here and into there. And Caltech was like, hey, what if we make it so that the whole mechanism is back here, here's the trigger, here's the pump, and you load from behind. Anyway. I love dumb shit. The thing is also, it's just interesting design because, like, yeah, you know, I can say, yeah, have a good night. We're also just ending out here. But like, it's just this interesting thing because, like, you're probably like, oh, why do you like military stuff? Like, it's just fascinating engineering because, like, just making something like, you know, bullpup pump action shotgun is like, you need to solve a bunch of problems. But it's still cool that they did it. Like, that's just one of the things I like about guns. They are pure mechanical beasts. Like, I don't know, nowadays you have some more electronic stuff in there, but like, I think nothing will ever stay as pure to raw, to raw engineering design as guns. And I think in a world where like more and more of, for example, our washing machines, dryers, etc., just become digitized for good reasons, by the way. Hey, Tensor, by the way, like for good reasons. Like I'm not blaming manufacturers to be like, hey, we could have like a lot of expensive individual mechanical parts to do the same thing as like one computer chip in your washing machine. I'm not blaming them for that. By the way, those computer boards should be, in my opinion, just removable. Like literally, they just dock in, and you can actually remove them and have third-party stuff and have a repair thing. I'm just saying that would be doable with some legislation. It's fine though. I get that. But guns are just like you have managed explosions and it's all mechanical parts, and that's cool. Anyway, that was just my light ending out here. Hopefully you have a fun day. Tomorrow, EDF. Hopefully we get a bit more to the end stuff, and probably see you around, depending on how it goes. Tomorrow, and have a good night. Have a good time. Bye.